Okay, so at 5 a.m. I wake up and get dressed so I can go to the dentist and work. After that, I just get my glasses on and I go out and get some breakfast at Chili Burgers, which is very unhealthy, but I had to move for this job, so that's my only source of food right now. And I ordered some fries and got some orange juice, which was actually orange pop, but I want to be healthy, so I say orange juice. Okay. And then I place them all down and eat them. And then I have to pay him, and he's like one of my friends. His name is Jerry, and he's really nice to me. Okay. And then I just eat them, and it's all nice and yummy. After that, I ask him where the garbage is, and he's like, oh, it's right there. So I throw it in the garbage. And after that, I turn on all of my lights and open the curtains of my room. And yeah. After that, I go to the shop by Darna. Darna is the worker there, and she's one of my friends too. So I go look around the shop. I did actually buy a magazine book called Nature Stuff, and you learn about the wilderness and stuff. And I just paid there, and yeah. And then I went over to my room and put away my magazine that I bought, and then I head to work. And at 6 a.m. I arrive at work, and I put away my bag just so it's not in my way when I turn to work. After that, I clean up all the toys and all the stuff that kids have left there and people have left there. So it's all clean and nice when I have to do my job. And then I open all the curtains and turn on all the lights, so I have a bright workplace to work at. And then at 6:20 a.m. my coworker arrives, and he will be the person that takes the first patient. And then he goes over to his computer and works on stuff and like jots down notes for us to learn from. After that, 6:40 a.m., people start arriving and we get our day going. And then I give my coworker a patient because, yeah. His name's Tyler, and he's really good at doing the patients. He's not promoted higher than me. We're at the same promoting level of work. And then I just wait until customers arrive. And then after I wait, I feed the fish because they gotta live, and they're just like a cute little decoration for our dentist. And then my coworker Tyler continues to work on a patient. She has braces, so he didn't really have to do much, but he gave her he asked me if he could have one of the toothbrushes so he can give it to the patients, and that was his first patient done. And then at 7:30 a.m. the patients start piling in. It's a really busy and chaotic time of the day. And then I take my coworker's shift and I help my first patient. But first I gotta sanitize my hands so we're all sanitized and clean to work in the patient's mouth. This person's teeth were actually really rotting. I asked her if she brushed her teeth, and she said no, she hasn't brushed her teeth since she was 6. And bear in mind, she is 16 years old. I was asking her all the basic questions, and her teeth were really bad, so I wanted her to do an appointment for the hospital for next week at Saturday at 9 a.m., and she did that. And then I made her rinse her mouth, so it was all good for me to just look in again, and that it wasn't dirty or anything. And then I made her sign it up, make an appointment for the hospital because we had to do a big surgery on her mouth because it was really bad. And she doesn't floss or anything. She doesn't even take care of her teeth. I don't know how she can eat anymore. She says she eats mush only. Her teeth were so bad. She had 3 teeth left in her mouth, or 4. I can't really remember. Her name's Jessica, and yeah. Look how bad those teeth are. She has 4 teeth left in her mouth. So then I just picked at it to look in her mouth. And yeah, and then I was talking to her, and she's really disappointed on how her mouth looked. So she made an appointment for the hospital. And then we were all good. And then I told her like to brush her teeth, all of that. So look, I gave her the appointment book, and she signed it with my pencil that I had. She also gave me her parents' number so I can call her parents if I need to let them know about anything. And after that, I definitely did call her parents. And then she left, and then I get my second patient. My second patient was actually really nice. His name's Jacob. And of course, after when I got the patient, I had to sanitize my hands so we're all clean after I did the first patient. And then I took Jacob to our room so I could do his teeth. For him, his teeth were perfect, so the only thing I had to do was do a cleaning because he had a few little things on his teeth, but that was all. His teeth were really perfect. I made him rinse his mouth, so we were all good. I only grabbed this thing because there was tiny little food in his teeth. I also made him brush his teeth with our special bottle serum that I had in the bottle, so he could be all nice and clean before I did that. There was barely any food left after he brushed his teeth, which was really nice. And the only thing I had to pick out was this piece of lettuce in his back tooth. And after that, he was all good, and he had really nice teeth. They were all perfect and straight. Nothing really bad was happening. So he said that he brushed his teeth 4 times a day, after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, and at night. Not in the morning, which was strange, but still nice. And then after, at 8:35 a.m., I get my very last patient, which is good because after that I had to do a lot of dentist work. And then I had sanitized my hands, so I was all clean again after doing the last patient's teeth. Her teeth were like really not that bad, but they were really dirty, and her one tooth had a chunk taken out of it, and her bottom tooth was straight orange. So I stuck my mirror in her mouth to see any cavities, and she had like 3 cavities in her 3 back teeth, one in her molar, and bear in mind she's only 11, and her parents aren't here with her because her parents had to go to work, which is fine, but I would prefer her parents with her. After that, I put on my mask so I could do some serious drilling in her mouth. And she did also sign this thing to make an appointment, and she gave me her parents' number so I could call her parents and she could make an appointment for the hospital because she had to pull out a tooth because her tooth was like eroding. So yeah. And then she left, and it was all good. At 9:30 a.m., I get my last patient, and she leaves. And then after that, I do work until 6:47 p.m., which was like calling parents, doing like learning and Googling stuff about teeth and what to do, because I'm not fully good. I started like 3 months ago. And at 6:50 p.m., I turned off all the lights and stuff, etc. And then my coworker leaves at 6:50 p.m. also. And then finally at 7 p.m. I leave work, which is such a relief because work was really tiring today because I had more patients than usual. I usually only have like 2 for me, but this time I had like 3. So at 7:10 p.m. I get home, and at 7:10 p.m. again I get into pajamas, and then I go on my phone for a little bit and like check up on everybody, and yeah. Because I wasn't allowed to use my phone for the entire day. So this was like my last time of freedom. I went on YouTube to watch some stuff, like all the social media. I went on Instagram and all of that stuff. And at 7:30 p.m. I put away my phone because it was just getting really boring and I had nothing else to do on my phone. I did everything. I checked everybody's social media. I texted everybody, and yeah. And then at 7:35 p.m. I say goodnight to everybody and make sure they're doing okay, and I just say goodnight. At 7:40 p.m., I read a book just before bed, and this time I read my brand new magazine that I got. And then it teaches you a bunch of stuff about nature, and it's really nice. And then at 8:05 p.m., I go to sleep.